starting now. Hello and welcome to this special event. Yeah, the announcement of the finalists of the 2025 Isu Elihle Awards. My name is Peter Ndoro, and it's such an honor for me to be your host for tonight. And so good for me to be back in this room and this event. I was invited to be a host last year, and I'm going to say I was very excited with the way that it all played out and what we're celebrating, especially with somebody like me who's very passionate about Africa and the work that I do as a journalist. And even now, reporting on the continent every single day, I've come to appreciate the incredible power that the media has in shaping the narratives and driving change. And in many ways, what we're celebrating today reminds us about the critical role that journalism plays in society today. The Isu Elihle Awards, alongside Media Monitoring Africa, really emphasize the importance of giving children in particular a voice and telling their stories ethically, accurately, and with dignity. And so you may be asking yourselves, why is this important? Well, Africa is the youngest continent in the world. Most Africans at the moment across the world and the continent are children. And I'm always reminded about the fact that by 2030, we'll have 750 million children. And with that number, sadly, what I find even now is that their voices are not very well represented in mainstream media. And this gap in representation means that we are failing to understand, address the needs of a generation that will probably and most definitely be shaping and defining the continent's future. So our job as journalists is to shine the light on our children, their experiences, and raise awareness about their challenges, but also I think celebrate rather their resilience and their potential. Ethical reporting can and often does inspire action, influence policy, and help create a more just and equitable society for our children in particular. Um, what really inspires me about the Isu Elihle Awards is the mentorship and the guidance that our finalists will be getting in the next part of their journey. Getting the skills and the knowledge to hone their crafts, to tell these innovative stories about children in a different way, and no doubt equipping them with these very important skills that not just better them, but also inspire others, I think, to do the same. So to all the finalists, you are the best of the best. 178 entries across the continent, more than 26 countries, and they were all good. They were all of a high standard, and you'll hear a little bit more about that shortly. But well done on those that have become our 6 finalists and will go to the next step. We celebrate you and we look forward to the work that you'll be producing under this banner. But to everybody that entered, thank you so much for doing that and sharing your thoughts and your ideas. And hopefully, even if you're not a finalist, that which you thought about doing, that you will do anyway, because the more of us that start to do this as a matter of course, the more it becomes mainstream and the more we're able to tell those important stories for our children, about our children, and giving them the important voice that they deserve. So you, the top 6 finalists, are going to be the shining lights that really are going to, I suppose, carry the banner for us to inspire others across the continent to follow in your footsteps. So we have a very simple program. You're going to hear a couple of people who are going to share their thoughts today ahead of the announcement. And then we'll announce the names of those top 6 finalists. and then we'll hear a little bit from each one of them about the sort decided that these are great ideas and we'd love to see them come into fruition. Just before we get right into the program, a couple of housekeeping notes. Our social media handles on Twitter, now X, at Media Matters ZA, at Media Matters ZA. On Facebook, at Media Matters. And the event hashtag is hashtag 2025 Isu Elihle Awards. Okay, so get onto social media, let everybody know what's happening and why it's important for us to be doing what we're doing. So I think let's get straight into it then. And it's my great pleasure now to call upon our first speaker today. And those of you who are watching and involved for the first time, who perhaps don't know him, in many ways, his vision and commitment is been at the heart of this particular initiative. William Bird is the Director of Media Monitoring Africa, and under his leadership, MMA has championed the rights of children in the media, ensuring that their voices are not only heard, but also treated with the dignity and the respect that they deserve. And I've interviewed William several times in the media, and I'm going to say that he and his team have really worked hard as advocates for holding the powerful to account that empower citizens and protects human rights. So, ladies and gentlemen, to say a few words of welcome and set the stage for us for these important awards announcements, please welcome the Director of Media Monitoring Africa, William Bird.
Thank you, Peter, for that very kind introduction. And thank you so much for, again, being so wonderful as a host and for bringing the importance of this event to people. I've got a very simple task. It's a basic welcome to all of you. I've been looking at the names that have been appearing, and to see the range of countries that are here, and it's really humbling that all of you have taken the time and energy to be here, and even more humbling that so many of you have actually submitted ideas. Peter is dead right about us being the youngest continent. We also, I think, the continent with the greatest actual potential, and also the continent with the greatest level of innovation and ideas, as you can see from those that have entered this competition. This year's top six finalists, again, you'll see an incredible range of ideas and commitment. And this really at a time where there's AI coming in, and there's ideas that we don't know what's real and what isn't. We're seeing the real value and importance of journalists to get out there and do their job. We're seeing the real value of journalists, of media, remembering why it's the most vulnerable, it's the most marginalized, whose voices really matter the most. If we to realize our potential, if we to live up to our ideas as a continent, as nations, as people, it really is essential that we recognize our common humanity, that we build a world where we can have access to information and trust for all people. So this is a wonderful opportunity. We're thrilled with the increased number of people that have participated. And in fact, even more countries. I don't want to give the number away. I think my colleague Jacques is going to come and announce that in just a moment. But it is an absolutely incredible thing to have you all here. Thank you to everyone again for your wonderful submission of ideas. And just to add, the thing that's one of the reasons we started this is because we know that from brilliant ideas come even better answers. And the goal behind the Isu Elihle Awards is precisely that. It is about stimulating journalists to take the time to think through an idea and to then do what they need to do to produce that. And you will see that the stories that have been produced over the years are life-changing and are easily among the best kinds of journalism that you'll find anywhere in the world. So again, thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Ndoro. Thank you.
William, thank you so, so much. And you know what? I want to thank you and your team for the hard work that and the commitment that you have shown in helping those that are marginalized, and yet, in many ways, the most important voices on our continent, to get a chance to get their voices heard and their stories told. And let's just hope that this stream that you've started becomes a river and becomes a sea of information across the continent. So we're mindful of our younger people on the continent, and we tell their stories much, much more than we do at this time. And I think that these awards and this program does that in many, many ways. So on behalf of everybody, I want to thank you, William, and your team for these amazing, amazing awards and this initiative. But you know what? Great stories don't just happen, they are nurtured. And that's why mentorship is such a critical aspect of the Isu Elihle journey. And with guidance from some of South Africa's top media and child rights experts, these ideas grow from seeds into something truly powerful. And to tell us a little bit more about that and give us an overview of this year's awards, it's my great pleasure to welcome the project coordinator, research and monitoring at Media Monitoring Africa, Jacques Ndong.
Thank you very much, Peter. And my name is Jacques Ndong. I'm a project coordinator at MMA in charge of the Isu Elihle Award. And I don't know, Peter, if you say that already, but MMA, we launched these awards in 2016. And today is 2025. So it's been 9 years, 9 amazing years, because throughout the years, we saw the quality of the stories, the stories that we received improving, but also the numbers of participants. And initially, when we launched the award in 2016, the awards were only open for Southern Africa. So other journalists, at that time, other journalists in the African continent, they didn't have the chance to participate. And it was it was around 2023 that we took the decision as MMA to actually open the award to the African continent as a whole. And tonight we have journalists from North Africa, we have journalists from West Africa, from Central Africa, from East Africa, so from Southern Africa. That's just amazing. And I would like again to congratulate, but also say thank you. Thank you very much to hold the journalists who entered the Isu Elihle 2025, because these awards will be nothing without you, without your contributions. Let's talk about the 2025 awards. This year, we launched the 2025 Isu Elihle on the 5th of May, and we closed the entries on the 5th June 2025. And then we received a total of 178 entries. I want to repeat this. We received a total of 178 entries from 26 countries in the continent. So you can just imagine the volume of that kind of work. And the stories were all quite innovative, and also in terms of the quality was also very good. And like always, since we started the award, we went through a process of adjudication, right? And that has actually two-step adjudication process. And then for the first step, for the first adjudication process, We use 4 MMA employees, 4 colleagues. They were in charge of that first adjudication process. They adjudicated a total of 178 stories. And I would like to say thank you to my colleague, Dombi Kubeka. She's a project coordinator at MMA. And I would like also to say thank you to my colleague, Nsako Mangani, also is a project manager at MMA. Musa Rikoso is a project manager, and myself, Jacques Ndong. Once we were done with that first process, we were able to come up with a top 31, excuse me. Yes, we were able to come up with a top 31. And that's when the second phase the adjudication process started. And for that process, we use external judges, not MMA judges like the first step, because that step is quite heavy, it's quite complicated, because you have to come up with the top 6, the 6 best stories out of 178. And then for that process, I would like to say thank you to Sudeshan Reddy, is a communication specialist at UNICEF South Africa. I would like to say thank you to Mora Obiria. She's a senior gender journalist for Nation Media Group in Kenya, and also to Lister Manumba. She's a program manager for research at MMA, Media Monitoring Africa. That was what I wanted to present tonight, and thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you very, very much indeed, to you as well. I busy fixing my backgrounds here. There we go. I think we're back on track. Can you all see me? Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so, so much indeed for the hard work that you guys are putting in. I mean, this project is not an easy one. As you say, 178 applicants, and yeah, and it's growing from strength to strength, year by year. And I have no doubt that it's going to have, as I said, this ripple effect where it's going to have this big wave across the continent where it's going to become mainstream, that children's stories and the portrayal of children in the media is going to become something that is standard and is done as a matter of course in the proportion that they represent on our continent. But it has come time for us to make the announcement of those 6 finalists, 6 incredible people who've come up with these amazing storylines that we're celebrating today. And from 178 entries, that means you are less than 4% of the best of the best. So just to get to this top 6 is an incredible feat, because you really had to capture the hearts, the minds, and the imaginations of the judging panel. And so for those of you who are watching and are at home, this is the time to lean in, because the names I'm about to say represent the future of children's journalism across Africa. And so, ladies and gentlemen, drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls. And here are your finalists. Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? The first finalist is you, Gibson Maka from the Chronicle in Zimbabwe. Makorokoto Amhlope. Well done, Gibson. We're going to be chatting to you shortly. Well done. You're one of the top 6, my brother. And as someone who comes from Zimbabwe, I'm very, very proud. Okay, for our next finalist, we go all the way to East Africa, and we go to Kenya, where we say congratulations and well done to you, Jasmine Odera, Media Max Network. Yay! Congratulations. Félicitations. Well done. Well done to you, Jasmine. You are one of the top 6 finalists, and let's just hope that where you are now, lots of people are celebrating and joining you in celebrating your achievement. And for our next finalists, my goodness, we stay in Kenya, and Kenya has been throughout time been very good and producing amazing journalists over time. And so we say congratulations to you from the Star newspaper, Joyce Kimani.
Yay!
Yay! Well done,
Yay!
Joyce. Congratulations. Well done to you. Well done. That's Joyce Kimani. She's our 3rd finalist in this year's Isu Elihle Awards. And our 4th finalist, congratulations and well done. As I say to you, Akwaba, you know that we're in Ghana. And so we say well done to you from Asase Radio, Winfred Lottie. Yes. Can I hear some cheers? Yes, applause, applause.
Hooray!
Winfred Lati from Asase Radio in Ghana. Right, go to the most populous part of the continent, and that, of course, is Nigeria. As we say, congratulations to you from the Premium Times, Maria Shuabu. Yes. Congratulations and well done, Maria. I'm sure that you're jumping with joy, and I hope that you're with your family and your friends and they're helping you celebrate. Okay, so that's 5 done, which means we're down to 1 last finalist. And once again, to all 178 applications, you were all fantastic. You were all great. You really were the best of the best. We had to choose 6, and it is a difficult process. But we think that these 6 perhaps are going to represent all of you. So those of you, the 172 that didn't make the final list, please do not be discouraged, but forge on ahead with your ideas and spread the gospel. Our sixth finalist takes us to Mzansi, South Africa. As we say to you, congratulations, Mohadi Mashako from Mkurukuru Media. Congratulations and well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. So those are our 6 finalists. Congratulations to you, Gibson Maka, Jasmine Odera, Joyce Kimani, Winfred Lati, Maria Shuaibu, and Mohadi Mashako. You are our finalists for this year's Isu Elihle Awards, and you go to the next phase of this competition. But I guess everybody would like to know, what was it that captured the judges' minds and hearts to recognize you as our finalists for this year? Well, let's find out. Let's go to our finalists now, one by one, and get a sense about what they were thinking and what inspired them to tell the story that they want to tell. Let's start then in reverse order from the way I announced the names. And we're going to start with you, Mohadi. Mohadi, are you there? Hello, Mohadi, are you there? Mohadi? Is Mohadi there? All right,
I'm not
maybe
sure
we'll
that he's
get
able to
her.
unmute. So if the team is able to identify her and
Oh,
unmute her.
yes, the team. Okay, I think that's a good point. So, Pakamile, Jacques, if you can unmute all of our finalists, that's Mohadi, Maria, Winifred, Joyce, Jasmine, and Gibson. If you can all unmute them And then I see that Gibson is already unmuted. So let me go to Gibson now as you unmute the others. Gibson Maka and the Chronicle in Zimbabwe. Amhlope. Makorokoto. How are you doing, Gibson? Hello, Gibson? Hello, Gibson? Gibson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you,
Ah,
Ndoro?
there you go. Makorokoto, well done. How are you
I'm close,
feeling?
I'm close. Ah, no, finally I've made it after 3, 4 times.
Can you show us your vision? Turn on your camera so we can see you.
I'm traveling.
Oh, shame, man. Would
As
have
you know that
loved to
today
see
we had
you.
it was a Heroes Day, so I was covering to plan.
No, but you know what? Well done, Gibson. So tell us, what's the story that you want to do that and why what inspired you to tell this story?
Okay, the story is about children with disabilities who are facing challenges in managing their menstrual hygiene.
And what inspired you to tell this story? How did you come across it?
Oh, I realized, especially when I was doing a story in the rural areas, that there are some children with disabilities who are not going to school because of marginalization, and also there's some myth and misconception about menstrual hygiene, especially to do with the children with disabilities. So that actually makes them not to go to school.
And sadly, this is something that's probably happening a lot more than we think. Is this something that you're finding is not uncommon in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, it's not uncommon because there are a lot of misconception around the subject of menstrual hygiene. Because there is always a misconception that people with disabilities sometimes they're not sexual, and they don't especially experience menstrual periods.
All right. You know what, Gibson, we look forward to seeing that story. And thank you so much for thinking of such a brilliant, brilliant story to communicate. And congratulations on being a finalist in this year's Isu Elihle Awards. And as you said, it's not the end if you don't get nominated the first time. Here you are, third time lucky. Congratulations, Amshove.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Gibson. So that's Gibson Maka with the Chronicle in Zimbabwe, one of the national newspapers in the country, and a very powerful story that he wants to narrate and tell. And if children are marginalized, children with disabilities are marginalized even more. So this is a very, very special story that he'll be able to communicate. All right, let's go to Maria now. I hope that she's unmuted. Maria, are you there? Hello, Maria? Maria, are you there? Okay, we'll try Maria again, but in the meantime, let's go to Jasmine Odera, who's in Kenya. Hello, Jasmine, are you there? Hello, Jasmine, are you there? Jasmine?
Not here.
Not here. Oh, I'm so sad to hear that. I was going to practice my Swahili. Maybe Joyce Kimani is there. Hello, Joyce. Hello, Joyce.
Also not here.
Joyce, Jambo, habari yako? They're probably working hard wherever they are. So that's Jasmine and Joyce Kimani. They're both in Kenya and they're both finalists. Let's go to Ghana and speak to Winifred. Winifred, are you there?
Hi, Peter, I'm here.
Ah, Akwaba.
Yeah, ja. Yeah, ja.
Wuhuntu se.
Nyamina dom na uswe.
Congratulations. Well done. Where are you in Ghana?
I am in Accra. I just got home from work. I am literally excited. This is incredible.
Oh,
This is
fantastic.
incredible.
So excited to say your name
Wow.
and announce you as one of the finalists. Well done on that. How
Thank
are
you. I
you
didn't know
feeling?
hearing my name. I didn't know hearing my name is this exciting. It is exciting to hear your name.
Oh, wow. So tell me, Winifred, what
Mm,
story did you suggest? What story inspired you
right.
that needed to be told?
So my story is basically about cyber fraud, how it's becoming one of Ghana's most pressing digital threats. And the teenagers are usually the targets. And I feel like this issue is important because it exposes children to criminal networks and even psychological harm and loss of futures. I mean, all while reinforcing the culture of fast money. This is a very interesting thing, but not a lot of people are reporting on it. So I was like, okay, let me just throw a little bit of light on it. Luckily, I get accepted, and wow, here we are.
That's fantastic. And how did you come across it? What did you see?
So there's a very small community. It's a little bit of a crime community. It's called Kaswa here in Accra, and every single day you are hearing of these problems, and it's always between the ages of 10 to 18. Very young. These are the future. These kids are our future. So when I had I saw this it's a very young guy that I saw in this situation. I reached out to him to understand what's happening. I mean, he explained poverty being the cause of entering into this field, but I realized that everyone's story is different. So I want to be able to sample these young people in this field and understand their stories, understand why they are even in this situation, to be able to tell a very good story.
And I suppose with the way that mobile phone
Mm,
penetration and access to
absolutely,
computers, there's so many
absolutely,
children that are exposed.
absolutely, absolutely.
Wow. Well, we look forward to hearing your story and
I
seeing
can't
it.
wait.
Well done, well done. And congratulations. And I'm sure you're going to be the pride of Ghana.
You have no idea.
Well,
Thank you.
well done, Winifred. Okay, let's see if we can get hold of. I'm going to try the ones that we struggled to a little bit earlier on. Mukhadi, are you there? Mukhadi Mashako, are you there? Mukhadi, last chance. All right. Well, let's hope that everybody tells her that she's a finalist and her life is about to change. And Maria Shuaibu, Premium Times in Nigeria, are you there?
She's
Maria Shuaibu, Premium Times Nigeria.
she's not here, but Mohadi is on.
Okay, I don't think we've got Maria either. Oh, Mohadi, are you
Mohadi?
there? Mohadi? Mohadi, can you hear me?
Peter, I think Mukhadi says she's
Is
not
she
winning with
unmuted?
she can't fix her sound, but she's written on the chat about her
With the
story idea.
sound. All right. Okay, let's have a look, see in the chat what Winifred has said. And okay, I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Uh, all right, cut and paste so that it goes right to the bottom, Winifred. In the meantime, who else have we left out? So Jasmine and Joyce in Kenya, both still missing. Oh, there we go. She says, I'm not winning, but I'm thrilled. I've got to put my glasses on. As you get older, this is what happens. I'm thrilled to be a finalist. My story is about how hunger affects school children on learning, school attendance, and well-being. And the National School Nutrition Program is supposed to feed 9 million learners with 1 meal per day. And there are so many challenges interfering with the system, like budget shortfalls, etc. Thank you so much. And that is such a brilliant story. And as someone who lives in South Africa as well, that is a story that I certainly see, but not enough in the media. And I'm so glad that this is something that you chose and inspired you to write about and to do a story on. So we look forward to seeing that. And no doubt this is something that resonates across the continent. And lucky are those, I think, that are able to get some food, because sometimes that's the difference between hunger and learning. So thank you for thinking of that as a great idea, and well done on being a finalist in this year's Isu Elihle Awards. Congratulations to you, Mohadi. Okay, so one last try. Maria, Nigeria. Joyce in Kenya. Jasmine in Kenya. All right. I think we have probably not going to get them, but
Peter,
congratulations to all of them. Sorry?
Peter,
Yes.
but if you allow me, I will try to present the stories.
Ah, fantastic. That'll be brilliant. Jacques, let's do that. Okay, let's start with Jasmine Odera, who's in Kenya. What did she put forward?
Okay, Jasmine story idea is about how road diversions are reshaping school journeys in Kenya for children. She's also going to talk about urban development, how essential that is, but also she's going to emphasize on the fact that it comes all these roads that the government are busy building, how those roads also come with a huge price. And she's also going to talk about the highways next to some schools, but also about the fact that some schools actually they don't have easy access for children, but also for parents who would like to who would take their own kids to school. So that's her story. And the next
That's
one,
a great story, though, isn't it? I mean, especially when one considers urban planning. The
yeah,
urban planners probably don't think about the effects that this might have on children. So that's a really thoughtful idea.
indeed, Peter, very, very. And but that
Yeah.
that that story is I'm looking forward actually to read to read and to see the actual story. But the way she structured the story, it looks quite amazing to know, to read, but also to know what exactly is happening in that country in terms of road infrastructures.
Wow, that's brilliant. What about Joyce Kimani, also in Kenya?
Okay, Jos Kimani, she says that hundreds of children are trapped in a justice system that's meant to protect them, but it actually does not do that. Some children are held in police cells and remain in police cells for years without trial, without any legal representation. So she's gonna talk about those children in that kind of circumstances.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow. You know, these are very, very powerful stories that we're hearing.
yeah.
And
But
I
what she's
certainly
also
look
saying
forward to
is
that
that,
one. I think I
but
might even interview her myself.
yeah, but Peter, what she's also saying is the story is that some of them are actually there because they cannot trace their families. They don't know the police itself and the justice system itself sometimes does not know. They don't know where these children are actually coming from. So they are just trapped in the justice system. So they just sit there in the police cells for many years, many years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another great story idea, one that we certainly look for in Nigeria. What is she proposing?
Maria Sharibu. So her story will explore the experiences of street children in Kano State, Nigeria, who are forcibly taken to rehabilitation camps by the authorities. And she says that while the initiatives is framed to protect vulnerable children in Nigeria, her story will critically examine the conditions in these camps and how the children are living in these camps for many years. And she will also investigate either this intervention uphold children's rights to protection, participation, and dignity.
Again, another inspiring story that needs to be told. I certainly look forward to reading and listening to all of these stories. As we say, congratulations once again to our 6 finalists: Gibson Maka, Jasmine Odera, Joyce Kimani, Winfred Lati, Maria Shuaibu, and Muhadi Mashako. And these are the top 6 of 178 applicants from across 26 countries in Africa that are the representatives, I think, of the best and with great ideas to tell the story of our young people. Jacques, I'm going to come back to you actually, because I'd like us to find out what happens next. What are the next steps now that we have the names of our 6 finalists? Hello, Jacques. Unmute, Jacques.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, first, I would like again to congratulate the winners, the top 6, I will say the top 6 2025, and also to notice that this year the winners are well balanced in the continent, because we have 2 winners from Southern Africa, we have 2 winners from West Africa, and we have 2 winners from East Africa. So that's how well balanced they are for the top 6 2025 is. Now the next step, what's gonna happen is that I'm going to, from tomorrow, I'm going to be in contact with the top 6, with the top 6. They will share with me their details, because as some of you already know, MMA will give them 10,000 rand each to actually produce their stories. That money is not for them to spend. It's not a price. It's the money to produce the story. So that's why we will need all the receipts, but also your financial plan to explain to us how you plan to spend the 10,000 to produce the story. But before that, because remember that MMA, sorry, the awards include a mentorship process, a mentorship session. Then the top 6, they will have to go through that mentorship process. And I think it will not, I think it will start next week. It will start next week. It should start by next week, Tuesday. I will create a WhatsApp group for the top 6 with the 2 mentors. I'm happy that one of the mentors is actually here tonight. Her name is Shaman Kruger. She's here. And I would like to say to her, thank you for being here tonight. And the second mentor is Malik. And they will communicate with the top 6, and they will have 1 month to attend the mentorship sessions. And after that, they will have to start producing their stories. That's the next step from now. Thank you, Peter.
Jacques, thank you so much indeed, again, to you and your team in mentoring and making sure we get to this point of producing these 6 finalists. Once again, Gibson Maka, Jasmine Odera, Joyce Kimani, Winfred Lati, Maria Shuabu, and Muhadi Mashako. 10,000 Rand, which is about 560 US dollars. that you've got in the kitty now to produce your stories. So go out there, be amazing, and be the light that this continent needs in terms of creative and innovative reporting around children's stories. And that's how we come to the end of this special announcement of our 6 finalists for this year. Well done, congratulations. Thank you to everybody that put through an application, 178 of you. And as I said earlier, for those that didn't make the top 6, you are light. Just about thinking about this important work is amazing. So please go out and tell those stories anyway, and be the influence in your areas to others so that they can be more mindful of reporting the stories of our children and giving them that important voice. There are more children on the continent than adults now. And so we should be at least having half the stories every single day being about children. So please give them their voice, spread the gospel so that this becomes a norm. To our finalists, to our applicants, to our judges, and to Media Monitoring Africa for this incredible initiative, to all of you, thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at the final stage, announcing the winners. In the meantime, for those of you that are now writing these stories, good luck, and we wish you the best. To everybody, thank you so much indeed once again, and please write about this and share this story. I'm going to give you the hashtags again. On X, Twitter, it's media at Media Monitors, Media Matters ZA, at Media Matters ZA, Facebook at Media Matters, and the event hashtag is hashtag 2025 Isu Elihle Awards. Go out and spread the gospel, everybody, and we'll see you towards the end of the year when we see what these finalists have managed to come up with. Until then, goodbye, everybody, and thank you so much indeed for joining us on this special announcement.